Our main event of the evening, folks. Greg the Villain Vendetti from nearby Stoneham, Massachusetts, the reigning New England junior middleweight champion, will take on the rugged, battle-tested, durable veteran journeyman Ryan Davis. This one should be your barn burner. Let's get our ring introduction from John Vina.
We get to our main event of the evening. Rugby's Box would like to invite you to stay until 11 o'clock. The bar here will remain open until 11 o'clock. We encourage you to stay for our official after party. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Rugby's Boxing proudly presents your main event of the evening. 8 rounds of action in the junior middleweight division in a special non-title bout. This bout is proudly presented to you by the Plainridge Park Casino. And the referee in charge of the action, once the bell rings, is Jack Burrell. Introducing first, boxing out of the red corner to my right, wearing black with the pink and black striped socks. They weigh in at 155 pounds. In his 24 victories, he's won 19 wins by knockout. He comes to us from St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Ryan Davis. And his opponent across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the solid black trunks and weighing in at 153 pounds. His outstanding record goes 15 victories, over 2 defeats, the blood draw, and 9 big wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to us from nearby Stoughton, Massachusetts. Please welcome the defending New England junior middleweight champion,
It's main event time here in Melrose, Massachusetts. Peter Zimborn and Mark Vaz calling the action as Stoneham, Massachusetts' Greg the Villain Vendetti takes on St. Louis, Missouri's Ryan Davis. Vendetti enters his fight with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. 9 of his 13 wins coming by way of KO. Ryan Davis enters his fight with a record of 24 wins, 18 losses, and 3 draws. 9 of his 24 wins by KO. You know, winners have scars in boxing. Both of these men have been in some real fights, and I think Ryan Davis is a big step up for Greg Vendetti.
Yeah, Pete, he really is. Greg has fought pretty much on the New England circuit so far. When Greg first started off, he had a fairly limited amateur background, only had about 15 amateur fights, won a couple, and then when he stepped up a little bit, he had a loss and a draw to Antonio Chavez Fernandez. It was a good, solid, tough journeyman fought tonight. And a kind of surprising loss to a guy named Pedro Gonzalez, who was an MMA fighter making his transition. Well, after that, he sat down and had a heart-to-heart with his trainer, Joe Ricciardi. And Joe said, Greg, you're either going to take it seriously or maybe you should find another hobby. And Greg decided to take it seriously, and he has improved tremendously. It's a whole different Greg Vendetti in there now. They've wanted to step up and wanted to fight better opposition, and that's what they're getting tonight in Ryan Davis.
Yeah, Greg Vendetti has greatly improved since those losses. As you mentioned, Vendetti's wearing the solid black trunks. Davis also wearing solid black trunks, but he's got his trademark pink and black striped socks on that we last saw him wearing here in Massachusetts when he fought Mark DeLuca. I mentioned he fought Mark DeLuca. He's also fought guys like Ishe Smith, former world champion. He's a guy that has been in there with the best this country and world has to offer. So it'll be an interesting litmus test for Greg Vendetti tonight.
Yeah, it's a real, he's a solid guy. He comes from St. Louis. These days, unfortunately, St. Louis has kind of fallen into the stigma of, the Midwest fighters. But, he's a little bit of an older guy. He's in his late 30s, so when he was young coming up, St. Louis was a hotbed of amateur boxing. There was guys like former world champ Carl Daniels, the Finger Twins, Boris Powell. There was some great fighters out of St. Louis in the days that he was starting off. So he was very well educated in boxing when he was a young man in St. Louis.
You failed to mention Corey Spinks.
Of course, Corey Spinks, one of the sons of the Spinks brothers.
And the most recent world champion from St. Louis, by my memory, was Devon Alexander, who will be in action in 2 weeks in Las Vegas on the Andre Ward Sergei Kovalev undercard. And good work by Greg Vendetti here in round 1 as he appears to get the attention of Ryan Davis with some lefts and right hands upstairs.
Yeah, that was a nice combination Vendetti landed there. Rocked him with a pretty good little left hook there. He definitely got Davis's attention. Just hit him with another right hand and dropped him to his knee.
A knockdown scored here in round one by Greg Vendetti. It took DeLuca a few rounds to put Davis down when they fought. Vendetti off to a great start here in Melrose tonight.
Vendetti throws some nice short punches. He's getting himself right within range. That was a really good short right hand right on the chin, and he just hurt him again with a body shot with 10 seconds in the round.
Davis is holding his body as if he may not get up. He is going to beat the count, but he's grimacing, and Jackie Morrell, our referee, calls a halt to this contest. A first-round TKO for Greg Vendetti in front of a very partisan crowd tonight in Melrose. And if this was a test, he passed with flying colors.
I tell you what, Peter, I am impressed. I really, as the matchmaker for the show, I'm usually pretty accurate on who I choose. I figured Vendetti would win the fight, but I thought that he would have 5 or 6 good, solid rounds here. He got into range. He got really good leverage on his shots. Short, hard punches. Not reaching, not being wild. Short, straight, accurate shots. That was a great body shot to finish the fight.
Crisp, concise, in shape. What more can you say about Greg Vendetti tonight? That was a surprise of an outcome to me as well. And they're announcing the bar is open still for a few more minutes. And I think Greg Vendetti's going to have a few hundred people that are going to want to buy him a drink in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think he's not going to be want for a cool, refreshing beverage after this fight.
We'll get the official time of the stoppage from our ring announcer, John Vina, momentarily. Greg Vendetti, with 2 knockdowns inside 1 round, stops Ryan Davis of St. Louis, Missouri. What an impressive outing for Vendetti here north of Boston.
Referee Jack Burrell stops his contest at the 3-minute mark of round number 1. Your winner by TKO victory, the pride of Southern Massachusetts, Greg Vendetti.
At the 3-minute mark of round 1, Greg Vendetti stops Ryan Davis following 2 knockdowns. Vendetti improves to 14 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. 10 of his 14 wins now coming by way of knockout. For everyone here at Murphy's Boxing, my broadcast partner for this bout, Mark Vaz, cameraman Clay Thompson, I'm Peter Zimbor. We'll see you next time at the fights. Have a good night.
Casino.